Hello everyone, so welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Aditya, and in this particular video we'll be learning about how to create Bivariate Map in Tableau. So before deep diving into Tableau, let us understand what does Bivariate Map means. So as the name suggests, it means the two variable analysis. So if you want to analyze two variable on a single map, so at that time we use a Bivariate Map. So basically we use Bivariate Map when we want to compare two variable. Like suppose if you want to compare for any disease, like suppose the COVID-19 is there. So if you want to compare how COVID-19 is prevailing in all part of the country, and you also want to compare the age group of the people with them, so at that time you can use Bivariate Map, right? Because we are comparing two measures in a single map. So we want to show the frequency, how much frequency, if the frequency of COVID is low, medium or high in a current country, and how much age group is being affected, for which age group it is critical. So at that time we can use Bivariate Map. So in the below example you can see I've just taken a screenshot from one of the blog from Tableau. So it shows food insecurity versus obesity rate. So it shows low, high and medium food insecurity, and obesity rate high, medium and low. So this is how they have divided in a map visualization. So if you hover over any of the tooltips, so it show all the basic information. So as if now this is just a static thing, so we'll be not able to see. So now let us deep dive into Tableau and build our Bivariate Map. So I hope you guys are excited by now, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and if you love watching me making such videos, then do subscribe it, as it helped me a lot. So let us deep dive into Tableau now. So I have just connected to my dataset. So I'll be also providing the dataset link in the description, so you can also parallelly work along with me, or you can work after watching this full video. So now what we want to do is we want to create a map visualization. So for creating a map visualization, it is very simple. We can just click on state, double click on the state, and we can just click on state 1. So it will create a map for us, and what we can do is we can just go to map visualization, and we can expand it to county level. So it will divide into country and different states. So as if now you can see these two states are far away from the US state, so that's why the focus is not good. So at that time what we can do is, as if now what I'm doing is I'm just neglecting these two states, but we'll be showing these two states in our visualization. So the first one is Alaska and the second one is Hawaii. Okay, so I'm just removing these two, click on OK, perfect. And this I'm just writing US state, and I'm just duplicating this, and in this I'm just clicking exclude. So this will show us the Alaska and the Hawaii region. Okay, are the two states. Okay, so now our thing is we want to see obesity percentage and the food insecurity. So if I hover over adult obesity into color, so you can see as if now it is showing the percentage to us, right? But if I hover, if I bring food insecurity into picture, so you can see the pill is replacing, now it is only showing for food insecurity. Or the other way around is if I try to pull adult obesity into detail shelf, and then if I try to change into color, then also you can see the color, it is showing for only one measure. We are not able to show the color for two measures, right? So how to do that? That is one of the challenge while creating Bivariate Map. So now let us understand how to create Bivariate Map. So the first thing is what we are going to do is we are going to divide our adult obesity percentage. If I drag this percentage into the color shelf, and I want to show the average values, so you can see average values from 11% to 47%, right? So what I want to do is I want to divide this data into different part. So you might have studied in statistics the median value and 25th percentile and 75th percentile while creating a box plot, if you are familiar with Python. So the same kind of thing I'm going to do now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide that data, the particular measure, on 25th percentile value and the 75th percentile value, and then I'll be comparing if it is how the consequence will be, like if it is low, if it is medium, if it is high. So I'll be dividing on the basis of the quantile. So don't worry if you are confused in this part, so we'll be fully clear once I am building the calculation. So the first thing is like we'll be calculating our 25th percentile value and 75th percentile value. Okay, so as if now, like what I can do is 25th percentile, and this is for adult opacity, right? Adult opacity. So for creating a percentile value, we have window function, like that is window percentile. So if you're not familiar with that, so you can just click on the right hand side and you can see how does this percentile function works. So what we need to do is we need to provide one measure here. So in our case, that is like our adult opacity, and we want to calculate a percentile from the average value, right? We don't want to see the total value, we want to compare with average value, and comma, then the percentile value we want. So I want a 25th percentile value, so that means 0.25. Apply, perfect. Okay, and the same thing I'll be doing for 75th percentile value. So if I click on edit, and if I click on 75th percentile and 75, apply. Okay, so basically percentile divide the data into equal part. Basically it means that, so if you have studied statistics, so you might be knowing like the median is the like the middle point of all the data that is present, right? So the same thing is with the 25th percentile, 75th percentile, it is dividing the data, like it is showing the how the data is divided into 25% value. So that's it. So now like let me just show the state country here in the column shelf, and just let me show the adult opacity value in the text as an average value, and now I'll be showing the 25th percentile value and the 75th percentile value. So you can see our range was like our range of data was 11 to 47%, right? So now what it has done is like it is dividing our 25th and so you can see our range was like 11 to 47%. So now by calculating data, like it has calculated 25 percentile as like below 31%, that is 28%, and after 70%, like which is more than 31%, that is 33.70%. So it has divided data into equal part, right? So we, as if now like we have divided the data into 3 parts. So now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to create one more calculated field, that is food insecurity bivariate. I'm just writing. So now what I'm giving is I'm just adding conditions, like if my average value, like if it is less than 25% percentile, then it means like our food insecurity is low. Sorry, adult, okay, I've written wrong, so it should be like adult opacity measure we are seeing as if now. So adult opacity is low, else if our average adult opacity is less than 75 percentile, then medium, else high. And so basically what we have done so far is, so let me just give you a recap, because it might be difficult for you like to grasp this all in one go, because I have used so many calculations here. So let me just brief you about it. So basically what we have done is, the first thing is like we are using average of adult opacity in our color shelf. So what I was saying is like our range is from 11 to 47%. So what I have done is I can just write one comment, So what I've done is I'm dividing the data into equal parts. So I've divided the data into 25th percentile and 75th percentile in a particular measure values that are present from the range. So now what I'm doing is like I'm just giving a condition, like if my average value of the particular state, like if it is the less than 25th percentile, then mean like it is low, like the significance is low, like obesity rate is low in that particular state or county. And if it is like less than 70%, then it is medium. And if it is like more than 75th percentile value, then it means like our obesity rate is high in that particular country or city. Okay, so I hope you are clear with that. So now let me just click on apply, click on OK. So now the same thing we'll be doing with the second measure. So in this case we'll be showing food insecurity. So food insecurity, I'll be just let me just duplicate this. So what I can do is I can just edit the 25th percentile value first. So this is we are doing for food insecurity, right? So food insecurity. So instead of adult obesity, we'll be switching our measure from food insecurity. Yeah, perfect. Apply. Okay, and the same thing we'll be doing for 75th percentile value. Perfect. Apply. So now let me just show you the same thing for this also, so you will have a good picture. So for our average food insecurity, you have seen our values ranging from 4% to 33%, right? So our 25th percentile value, which is calculated, is coming out to be 12%, 12.5%, and 75th percentile value is coming out to be 33.7 percentile. Okay, so like if it is less than this percentile value, then our food insecurity is low. If it is the same condition, will be giving for the food insecurity as well. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to duplicate this measure and click on edit, and instead of adult obesity, I'll be writing food insecurity, and I'll be just changing all the measure values. So if our food insecurity, just drag it here, and the same thing we can drag it for this one. So 25 percentile value, and same for 70% value. So I hope now you are clear, because like we have done this calculation 2 times, so you might have get a good picture like what I'm trying to do here is. So if you're not familiar with quantile, so I will also link one video in the quantile for your reference, so that will make you easy, that will make your part easy to understand it much better. So click on apply, click on OK. Perfect. So now what I have got is I have got 2 particular calculation, right? So if I want to show the 2 in a single measure, in a single map, sorry, so what I can do is I can concatenate those. So I am just writing adult bivariate map and dash plus and food insecurity bivariate. Click on apply, click on OK. So I'll be just dragging this measure into the color shelf now. Perfect. Country level and state level we have to do, and the same thing we have to do for all the things. For 70 percentile obesity rate also you have to do same thing. For 70 percentile value it is not coming. Why? Food insecurity, let me just check. Food insecurity, okay, I have given the wrong calculation here. So if you see in the food insecurity, I have given the same as adult obesity. That's why it was not showing. So what I can do is I can just drag the 70 percentile value of food insecurity here. So click on apply, click on OK, perfect. So now it is coming out to be correct. So just click edit table calculation, and for same 75% of, we want to do it for specific dimension, for country and state we want, right? So as if now you can see like are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 9 are 9 uh, particular situations are having, because like our food because like if you take a combination for low medium high for food security and low medium high for adult obesity, so if you multiply it by 3 by 3, so it will be giving us 9 measure, right? So it is coming out to be correct, but I don't want to show in this kind of fashion in my final dashboard, so that will be changing. And the same thing you can do for here. So just drag the bivariate into the map, and you can just click edit table calculation and specific dimension, and same for 70% value specific dimension, and same for 25% value specific dimension for both the thing, and 70% for country and state. Perfect. Okay, so now it is giving us all the 9 combinations, so that is correct. Perfect. So now what you want to do is the first thing is I'll just delete this test sheet. So I'll be changing this color value, right? So what I want to do is I want to give the color format. Let me just go back to my notes. So you can see like I want to use this kind of colors, right? So what I can do is I can just drag this little down and drag it here. Perfect. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is just for values I want to change. So for high and high value, like for both the high values, so what I'm going to do is you can just pick the color from the screen. So from high and high, like these are the colors. So I'll just drag this, click on OK, and high and low is this color. So same thing I'll be matching for all the things. So let me just do it fast for you. So now it is correct. So click on apply, and if I hover on screen, perfect. So now you can see like our bivariate map is ready, and the same thing we have to do with this as well. So okay, it has automatically taken, so that is good. So now what we have to do is we have to do just little bit tooltip here. So what I want to show is I want to show the adult obesity value, that is the average value, and the second thing is I want to show for food insecurity value in a tooltip, that is our average value. So I'll be just doing a little bit formatting here. So food insecurity, what I want to do is food insecurity of people eats less fruits and vegetables, and adult obesity, like obesity rate is increasing, so that means like does not take care of themselves, take care of their physical being, and just remove the last one and click on OK. Perfect. So you can see for California and yes, 20% of people does not take care of physical beings, like obesity rate is increasing, and 13% of people eat less fruit and vegetable. So and the consequences are given, right, like if it is low, if it is high, if it is medium. Okay, and the same thing we can do for physically inactive also, if I can add here. So what I can do is like I can just add one more thing, physically inactive. I want to change the aggregation first to average, because some like will not give us a good picture. So average. So I can write do not do exercise, do not do exercise. Okay, So you can see 20% people does not take a sipping, 26% of people do not do exercise. So that shows our tooltip perfectly well. Perfect. Okay. And now what I want to do is I just don't want to show the layering like it is outside this thing, right? So what I can do is I just right click on that, click on background layers, and wash out all the things. Perfect. And the same thing I will do for here. Click on background layer and wash out full thing. Perfect. Click on OK. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a dashboard here. So as if now like I'm just giving the same layout that is given by default. So what what I have to do is I have just to drag vertical container first, and then after dragging vertical container, what I can do is I can just give the outer padding as 20. So that will show us the spaces when we drag blank here. So that is just my little trick or little way of doing, but it might be different for you. So just click on blank here. So now you can see a blank object is there. So now what I want to show is I want to show horizontally, like for the other states than the full map, right? Because other states are coming on the left hand side when we were seeing the full visualization of the map, right? So what we can do is we can drag a horizontal container here, and we can just now drag other state first and then US state on the right hand side. And this, the way it is looking, I don't like this. I want to show in a much better way. So how to do that, that will be seeing now. And the other thing is like this is like so zoomed out and this is not zoomed out, so that is also one of the thing I have to see. So perfect, now it is looking perfect, right? So now what I want to do is the other thing is I want to add a legend. That is the other thing. The first thing is I want to add a dashboard title. So just go on dashboard, click on show title. So this is our bivariate analysis. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to show the legend here, right? So how to create a legend like this, which I showed you in my this thing. So you can see in the legend like we have used like obesity rate and food insecurity like in a form of like a Tableau format, right? So it is looking nice as compared to like the full this color legend. So how to create custom legend in Tableau is, so that there's a little trick here. So how to do so is like we'll be creating an Excel file. So just let me click Excel file, and we'll be writing all the combinations that were there. So this is a adult opacity and then a food insecurity column. So just creating it super fast. So I'll be writing all the combinations. So it can be low, both can be low, it can be low, it can be medium, it can be low, and it can be high. Then it can be medium, low. What I can do is I can just copy this, Command C, Command C, Command V, Command V, drag, Command C, Command V, Command D. So we have created all the 9 format, right? Like the 9 combination that can happen. So just click Control C, go back to your Tableau workspace, go to any of the sheet, Control V. Perfect. So now what I can do is I have got this adult obesity I want to show here, food insecurity here. So you can see all the combinations are there. So I want to show low first, then low, medium, high, right? In the low, high, medium, low, low, medium, high. Okay. Food insecurity, low, medium, high. Okay, food insecurity, low, medium, high, and this is high, medium, and low. Perfect. Okay, so what I can do is I can just add one more calculated field here. So name it as bivariate, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add adult obesity plus dash plus and food insecurity. Click on apply, click on OK, and just drag this bivariate calculation into a color shelf, and you can see all the 9 combinations have been auto populated. So now the same thing we have to do is we have to just provide the same color format to those. So let me just do it quickly. Like, perfect, click on OK. Perfect. So now our color legend is ready. So now what I can do is I can just name it as Bivariate Map. I can just add a title, and now what I can do is I can just add a horizontal container. What I can do is I can just add a vertical container above all this, and what I can do is I can just add this sheet 3 here and remove this and hide title, and I can just bring this inside of this. Perfect. And increase this size, and what I can do is I can just add it to entire view. Perfect. I can just rotate the label, or like I think that's perfect only. I can just reduce the size here, or what I can do is I can just play a little bit over here. Perfect. What I can do is I can just add it as a floating only, because like it is taking too much space, like our heading is taking too much space, I believe. So what I can do is I can just add it as a floating one, so that would be the perfect choice, I would believe. So just remove this here, and I want to show it here, suppose, and just increase the size. Perfect. And what I can do is I can just adjust the size a little bit, increase it a little bit more. Perfect. Go to Bivariate Map. It is like more than needed, so just reduce a little bit. Now it is looking perfect. So what I can do is I can just fix it. So I have so this is one of the trick like that we used to fix the floating part. So I have to drag the one floating container, horizontal container, down below first. So let me just do that for you. Perfect. And then what I can do is I can just shift drag inside that, so that will fix the position. So that is it. So I hope you enjoyed going through this video and you learned how to create bivariate map, and like when do we use this kind of visuals when doing an analysis, and this might be very effective like if you want to compare two particular measure in a single map. So I hope you guys enjoyed going through this. So see you soon in the next video. Till then, bye bye.